The bold and the beautiful spoilers hint that Liam Spencer might die saving Steffy Forrester's life. Will Liam go out a hero instead of facing a brain tumor exit? Now that Liam's been diagnosed with an inoperable brain mass, he's struggling over this terrible thing that he can't control. It'd be nice if Liam could get a little of that control back, and it could happen if a fatal twist is brewing. There's no confirmation yet on whether Liam will survive by some miracle or truly face a grim fate. However, the show's definitely leaning into the tragedy of it all and making it seem like Liam's headed for his sad demise. With that in mind, it'd be a mistake to assume that Liam will get some last-minute cure. This may be one time when B&B actually intends to kill off a character, so we should consider the possibility that Liam may genuinely be on his way out. If Liam is going to die anyway, then the show might want to offer up a curveball. Wouldn't it be soapy if Liam got one last chance to play the hero and perhaps save a life before he goes? It's easy to imagine Liam riding to the rescue if someone close to him lands in grave danger. Steffy, Hope Logan, Beth Spencer, and Kelly Spencer would be the obvious contenders here. However, Steffy would make the most sense, considering there definitely seems to be a dangerous situation bubbling up for her. Luna Nozawa is becoming increasingly furious with Steffy since she feels like her stepmom is thwarting her attempts to connect with John Finnegan. We could certainly see the potential for Luna to cause another round of turmoil and do something that puts Steffy at risk. Luna previously drugged Steffy and restrained her in a cage with the intention of letting her perish in a building demolition. That says a lot about what Luna's capable of, so we can't rule out the idea that she'll strike Steffy again. There might be a scenario where Liam figures out Steffy's in trouble and comes to her rescue before it's too late. Liam might save Steffy's life and lose his own life in the process depending on how it all goes down. Although Liam still wouldn't be able to stop his march into the grave, at least he could control Steffy's fate and feel like his own demise had a purpose. If Liam is really facing a fatal exit, would you rather see him go out a hero than watch the brain tumor fully take its toll? The bold and the beautiful spoilers say some surprising developments are still to come in Liam's storyline, so we'll bring you updates on any wild Luna news that might shake things up. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that there are 4 reasons why Thomas Forrester must return, even if it means recasting the role. Thomas is needed on canvas, so let's discuss why he should come back in some form. For starters, Thomas and Paris Buckingham are planning a wedding that still hasn't happened yet. B&B left that part of the story dangling, so Thomas either needs to marry Paris or end up heartbroken after a failed engagement. We vote for the latter option since it would free Thomas up for other love interest possibilities. Maybe even a familiar one depending on how the rest of this storyline with Liam Spencer plays out. If B&B is genuinely rushing Liam into the grave, then Hope Logan is about to be in mourning. It makes sense for Thomas to bring Douglas Forrester back to Los Angeles for some family time with his mom. Thomas may also want to comfort Hope, which could potentially lead to another romantic chapter together. If Thomas returns single following a Paris breakup, that could make it even easier for him to reconnect with Hope as she grieves. 3. Steffy needs her brother's support, of course. Steffy Forrester could use her brother's support when it comes to dealing with Liam's fatal outcome and the inevitable next round of Luna Nozawa mayhem. Thomas and Steffy have a strong bond, so it'd be nice to see that connection featured on screen again. 4. Taylor and Ridge could have a remarriage ceremony ahead. Plus, engagement hints have been dropping for Taylor Hayes and Ridge Forrester. Eric Forrester basically acted like Ridge hadn't made much of a commitment to Taylor since he hadn't put a ring on it. Ridge may take that as a challenge at some point and pop the question to Taylor. That could set the stage for Taylor and Ridge to tie the knot once more, so it'd be great if Thomas could be at the wedding. If Ridge and Taylor have a remarriage ceremony ahead of them, Let's hope that maybe Thomas can be at the celebration. Even if Matthew Atkinson doesn't return to the role, Thomas is an important character who's been recast multiple times. The show could eventually give another actor a chance to shine in the part, so stick with us for updates on any major casting news. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Thomas' future could be bright if he makes a Los Angeles comeback, so stay tuned. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for the week of May 19, 2025 suggest that Hope Logan could get a second chance. Carter Walton likely turns to Daphne Rose after eavesdropping on LOPE. Plus, what comes next for Luna Nozawa? Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up next week in the CBS soap opera. Fans will see what happens after Carter overhears Hope issuing a plea to Liam Spencer. Carter doesn't know that Liam is dying. However, when he hears Hope asking Liam to reunite, the COO will make an assumption. Carter will think that Hope would rather be with Liam instead of him. The COO might even think that everyone was right about Hope using and stringing him along. That heartbreak could have Carter turning to the ever-so-desperate Daphne. Carter probably doesn't bother confronting Hope. After hearing her, a heartbroken Carter probably returns to his office, where Daphne will be waiting to heal his broken heart. The Nose will definitely use this situation to make Carter her own. However, Carter could regret it later on when Hope tells him that Liam is dying. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that even though Hope might explain, it could already be too late. Carter and Daphne might already be a couple. That could lead to another reason for Steffy Forrester Finnegan to go ahead and bring Hope back to Forrester Creations. Fans might also see what John Finn Finnegan does after getting a request from Liam. The dying man will beg Finn to make sure that there is peace between Hope and Steffy after he's gone. Brooke Logan and Ridge Forrester could be confused about the sudden turn in Hope and Steffy's relationship. With Liam insisting that nobody knows the truth, how will Hope and Steffy explain their truce? Over with Luna, she is devastated that Finn won't give her a chance. Luna understands that she did terrible things. However, she blames Steffy and even tells Finn he's choosing the rest of his family. It seems that Luna might make another bold move despite Sheila Carter Sharp's warnings. Meanwhile, Deacon Sharp seems slated to learn the truth about Sheila and Luna's dynamic. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. If there was ever a time to say it, it would definitely be now. The bold and the beautiful spoilers heavily suggest that Bill Spencer has a huge confession to make to his son Liam Spencer before he dies. That's because there's a very good chance that Bill might have altered Steffy Forrester's paternity test to make it look like Liam was the father and not him. One of the reasons why Bill might have done that is because he knew that he caused enough damage as it was and didn't want to completely destroy his relationship with his son, let alone Liam's marriage to Steffy at the time. The test showed that Liam was the father, but a lot of fans still questioned for a while if it would come out later that Kelly was actually Bill's. It's been even noted that Bill was at the hospital when Steffy had the test done. This has prompted some people to wonder what if Bill was the one who paid someone off to have the test results changed to save his relationship with Liam. What's more, he had temporarily given up on pursuing Steffy at the time, and he was gunning pretty hard to get Liam and Steffy back together. If Bill's known that Kelly was his daughter this whole time but sacrificed that relationship for Liam's sake, his obsession with Luna and getting her out of prison certainly makes more sense to a lot of fans. Liam's pending death might actually force Bill to tell the truth before it's too late. It goes without saying that the bold and the beautiful fans will have to tune in each and every day to find out what will happen next. B&B airs weekdays on the CBS network. Check your local listings for times. In the meantime, let us know what you think by leaving us a line with your thoughts in our comments section below. Be sure to catch up on everything happening with B and B right now. Come back here often for the bold and the beautiful spoilers, news, and updates. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for Thursday, May 15, 2025, tease a despondent Hope living up to her name and clinging to hope for Liam. Hope Logan is relieved that Liam Spencer figured out she knew about his fatal brain tumor, as if her constant tears wouldn't give it all away. Hope was anything but subtle when she sat with Liam on the couch. Hope doesn't even want to spend 1 minute away from Liam, as she wants to cherish every moment they have left. In fact, Hope is sure that there is something that can be done to save Liam, and she is going to figure out what it is if it's the last thing she does. She refuses to even let Liam out of her sight, as she clings to him for dear life. Read this: the bold and the beautiful spoilers. There's a connection between Liam's death and Caroline Spencer. Will she manage to find some sort of hope for Liam's future after all the doctors have said there's nothing that can be done and Liam is going to die? Steffi Forrester Finnegan is starting to feel guilty for betraying Liam's confidence and telling Hope about his illness. So she tells Taylor Hayes what has been going on. Why not betray Liam's confidence a second time in one day? Both Taylor and John Finnegan assure Steffi that she did the right thing by letting Hope into the loop. After all, it's like Steffi said, Hope is the mother of one of Liam's daughters and has a right to know what's going on. Over at Forrester Creations, Daphne Rose remains determined to nab Carter Walton. She has pulled out all the stops and managed to get Carter to kiss her a few times. But so far, he has remained loyal to Hope. That doesn't mean Daphne is ready to give up. Instead, she uses her considerable charm to convince Carter that Hope is not the woman for him, and his future is standing right there in front of him. Carter has it bad for Hope, but she isn't even thinking about him now, so it looks like Daphne just may win. Tune in to all new episodes of The Bold and the Beautiful weekdays on CBS to see how these stories play out. The bold and the beautiful must-watch moments for Friday, May 16, see Liam try to convince Hope to give Carter another chance. It promises to be a day filled to the brim with drama, and you won't want to miss a second of the show. Tune in to CBS or Paramount Plus to watch. Liam is dying and can't bear the thought of losing Hope and both of his daughters. It's been a while since they've been married, and the two have obviously spent time together over the past few days. Liam hopes he will spend the time he has left with Beth, Kelly, and others in his life. Not too long ago, Hope was with Carter. They sneakily took Forrester Creations away from the Forresters after Steffi dropped Hope for the future, punishing Hope for kissing Finn. Steffi called in her friend Daphne to come to Los Angeles to seduce Carter and break up him and Hope. Her plan didn't necessarily work, but Carter grew a conscience, and he ended up giving the company back to the Forrester. That ultimately caused Hope to break up with him. Luna is desperate to have Finn in her life, now that she has found out he's her father. She's doing whatever she can, even if that means sneaking into the Cliff House when Steffi's not around. Finn was open to having a relationship with Luna, but now he's been pulling away from her. We can't help but think that he misled Luna on The Bold and the Beautiful. Finn felt a flurry of emotions when he learned that he was Luna's father. There was joy, sadness, frustration, and anger. This offered him the opportunity to get to know her better. Finn believed he should have been there for Luna in the darkest moments of her life. He feels that he would have been a good role model, and rightfully so. Who wouldn't want someone like Finn as their father? He's devoted and committed to his family. Plus, he has a good heart. He's everything that Luna's not. Sadly, she couldn't get to know her father when she was growing up. Her mom, Poppy, took that opportunity away from her. Understandably, Finn's feelings for Luna are all over the place. When he first told her that he was her father, he hugged her. He told her that she could finally look into her father's eyes. That was the last tender moment they had together. Then, after he spoke to Steffi, things quickly changed. Steffi told Luna that Finn would never have anything to do with her. Finn became cold and distant. Finn told Luna that she couldn't be in his life. This is understandable since Luna caged his wife and killed 2 innocent men. However, Finn led Luna on. He made her think they could finally have a father-daughter relationship. He showed her love and compassion and then took it all away. It's no wonder that Luna is desperate to have a relationship with Finn. She feels confused and hurt by his actions. Finn made Luna assume that he would be her father figure after sharing this news, but he ended up ignoring her. What are your thoughts on Finn? Do you agree that he misled Luna, or do you think he's doing the right thing by keeping his distance? Let us know in the comments section. We haven't seen the ruthless side of Don Diamond's bold and the beautiful character Bill Spencer in quite a while. While he tried tricking Sheila into confessing her crimes and getting her murderous granddaughter, Luna, out of prison, he hasn't truly unleashed his cutthroat side in a while. But that's okay, because Diamond has been playing all kinds of facets of his character for a long time, and recently took a moment to celebrate his longevity. Diamond shared an image on Instagram where a site praised his time on the show, and he wrote, 16 years it feels like 16 minutes, to say that I'm grateful to executive producer Bradley Bell for having created this wonderfully complicated character for me, and trusting me to lift him off the page is an understatement. He continued, I have so much gratitude to everyone I work with in front of and behind the camera. The bold and the beautiful CBS, Darren Brooks, who plays Bill's son, Wat, responded, Congrats, Pop. Here's to 16 more. Love, your #1 bestest son. Stars from across the soaps came out to congratulate Diamond's anniversary, with the young and the restless Laura-Lee Bell responding, and Diamond replied, at Laura-Lee_Bell General Hospital's Kate Mansi hilariously chimed in with, how many years ago was the first country album? Diamond couldn't help but give a cheeky response, writing, at Kate Mansi you're confused. Still working on the debut album in collaboration with Garth Brooks. He's just really frustrating. And Y&R's Beth Maitland shared the touching comment. So proud of you, and so happy you have been such a bright light in my life, my sweet friend. Long may you wave, and congratulations, you handsome icon, you. Love you, Donald, XX. Diamond lovingly replied, at Beth Maitland, but thank you, Beth. Love you too. Prank each other. Carter is a man on a mission on Bold and the Beautiful. A mission that might just be leading him straight to heartbreak. After a whirlwind romance with Hope that went from friendly chats to full-blown passion in a matter of days, Carter's heart seems to be in overdrive. But as their hot and heavy relationship hit a brick wall, with Hope calling it quits just as fast as it began, we're left to wonder, is Carter truly in love? Or is he simply deluding himself? Carter's pattern of falling for the wrong women is no secret. Remember Zoe? Their love story ended in betrayal. Then there was Paris, a brief and ill-fated romance that never quite took off. And who could forget Quinn, the married woman who nearly turned his life upside down? Carter has a track record of chasing unavailable or complicated partners, making it hard to believe that this situation with Hope is any different. Hope is a woman with her own complicated history, and it didn't take long for her to move on from Carter. But Carter is still trying to win her back, clinging to the idea that their love story is far from over. It's a classic Carter move, falling too fast, too hard, and refusing to let go even when the writing is on the wall. But is this really love? Or is Carter just obsessed with the idea of a love he can't have? His desperation to win Hope back seems less like true romance and more like another case of him chasing a woman who isn't fully available to him.